When is the last time you physically hurt yourself? What did you do to get the pain to stop? And how long did you wait to do something about it? When we are in physical pain, we are usually extremely proactive about figuring out how to make it go away immediately because it hurts. Even if we have to go through more pain from pouring a disinfectant that stings on an open wound or suffering through getting stitches, we do it right away because we are very focused on our ultimate goal, relief. When it comes to our emotional pain, we extend our misery by holding on to our bad feelings, by unloading our fault on other people, and repeating in our minds the many reasons why our enemies are wrong and many reasons why we are right. We relive our worst moments over and over and over instead of letting them go. We won't rest until we made sure someone else feels as badly as they've just made us feel. We hold on to the resentments that take up our brain space, waste our time, keep us angry and depressed, and very often make us physically sick. The moment you decide to forgive and let your negative feelings melt away, we are on the road to freedom. Forgiveness is all about taking care of you, not the person you need to forgive. It's about putting your desire to feel good before you desire to be right. Sometimes the road to freedom lies in deciding you'd rather be happy than right. It's about taking responsibility for your own happiness instead of pretending it's in somebody else's hand. It's about owning your power by giving all your anger, resentment, and hurt. Holding on to resentment is like taking poison and waiting for your enemies to die. If you are having issues with someone you care about, explain how you feel without putting the blame on them, and regardless of the outcome, forgive them. Your talk may bring you closer together, or you may discover that you don't want to hang out with them. But either way, if you want to be free, you have to let it go. If you are feeling hurtful or resentful towards some a-hole you don't care about, free yourself and let it go instead of worrying on it or getting revenge. Why do you care if they understand how lame they are or not? What kind of good does that do to you? And don't pretend it's because you want them to become a better person. You want retribution or an apology or to be acknowledged as right. Get over it, let it go. The longer you stay attached to being justified, the longer they hang around your consciousness, stinking up your life. Do not fall prey to the false belief that forgiving someone, you are letting them off the hook. Because when you forgive someone, you let yourself off the hook. Forgiving isn't about being nice to them, it's about being nice to yourself. Okay, so great, yes, we get it. Now, how do you actually let it go? How do you forgive that stupid bastard? Let me give you some ways to handle. Erase the other person from the equation. Picture yourself hanging out in your brand new boat, and an empty boat floats up and bangs into you, leaving a scratch. If there is nobody in the boat, there is nobody to get mad at, and you deal with the situation in a much calmer, inquiring way. If there is some moron driving that boat who bangs into you, however, you deal with it by going crazy and calling them a bunch of names related to genitalia. You get a scratch on your boat, two different ways to act. When someone does something awful to you, take the person out of the equation so you can open yourself up to have more pleasant and productive reaction. It's not about them anyway, it's about you. If you have nobody to angry at, it's hard to be angry. Instead, it opens up the incident for questioning. Why did this happen? How was I involved? Why did I attract this to myself? How can I grow from this? How can I find compassion for everyone involved? When you are consumed by resentment, the lesson can't get through all your inner and outer screaming and yelling. Do yourself a favor. Use irritating situations and people as opportunities for growth, not pain. Try and think about someone who had you totally freaking out and all pissed off 3 years ago. Can you even come up with someone? If you can you get upset about them now? Whatever or whomever you are needing to forgive in this moment will mostly like a mere blip not very long from now, depending on the severity of the situation, of course. So why make a huge drama out of it if you're only going to forget all about it one day? See it as the future disappointment and start forgiving and forgetting right away. When it comes to forgiveness, what you actually have to do is not hard. It's like quitting smoking. You actually do less than you do when you smoke. You don't have to go to the store to buy cigarettes, you don't have to open the pack, light one up, find an ashtray, and so on. All you have to do is stop. All the work is in letting go of your self-created attachment to cigarettes. Same with the forgiveness. All you have to do is let go of your self-created attachment to this other person or belief.